One TV special report.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Opposition number 19. A resolution approving the conduct of the United People's mandatory representative selection and confirmation process of Barangay Simsan Abordo on 1 September 2020 by the National Commission on Indian Peoples and City. Again, in the absence of Honorable Bayer and Dabation, I now yield to the wisdom of the Vice Chairman of the Committee on Indian People, Honorable Dinquisiso, to introduce an recommendation on this item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Suiso, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I would like to pass a resolution approving the conduct of the Indigenous Peoples Mandatory Representative Selection and Confirmation Process of Barangay Kugun on August 31, 2023 by the National Commission on Indigenous People on OZAMIZ on first reading with reservation.
On first reading with reservations, move with the Honorable Ading Suiso. Motion approved.
Whereas there is a need for the approval of the conduct of Indigenous Peoples Mandatory Selection and Confirmation Process by the National Commission on Indigenous People under the Local Government Unit and requiring all others to conduct in a consultation. This I would like to pass on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules on joint motion.
Moving on the second and final reading as being manifested by Honorable Suiso. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Opposition number 20. A resolution approving the conduct of the validation of ARB household representative of Dalikapan ABS Multipurpose Cooperative Darbimoko on 24 August 2023 by the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in Sam City. And I yield the wisdom of the Chairman of the Committee on Cooperatives, Honorable Lore Puiticipress, to introduce an recommendation on this item, Honorable Chair.
The Honorable Lore Puiticipress is now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer and our Majority Floor Leader. I would like to pass a resolution approving the conduct of the validation of ARB Household Representative of Dalikapan ARBS Multipurpose Cooperative on 24 August 2023 by the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in OZAMIZ City for first reading with reservation, Madam Chair.
Move for first reading with reservation. Motion approved.
Whereas the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office through Ms. Muhammad Abdul Jabbar Pandapan sent a consultative letter to the City Mayor to conduct a validation of ARB Household Representative of the Dalikapan ARB Multipurpose Cooperative on 24 of July. With this, Madam Chair, I would like to pass for second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Honorable Cypress is passing this resolution for the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules for the conduct of the validation of ERP, a household representative of the Dalikapan Multipurpose Cooperative on August 24, 2023 by the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in OZAMIZ City. Move for its approval on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Opposition number 21. A resolution approving the conduct of the Credit Management Seminar Workshop with Kinoma Norte Agrarian Reform Community Farmers Association on 25 August 2020 by the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in Sam City. And I will, Honorable Chair, to in the absence of the Chairman and Co-Chairman of the Committee on Agriculture and Agrarian Affairs, I yield to the active member of the Committee on Agriculture and Agrarian Affairs, Honorable Arce Romero, to introduce and recommendation on this item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Romero, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Madam Chair, I move to pass this for approval, a resolution approving the conduct of credit management seminar workshop with Kinoma Norte Agrarian Reform Community Farmers Association on August 25, 2023 by the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in OZAMIZ City. Passing this for first reading, Madam Chair, with reservation.
Honorable Romero is passing this on the first reading with reservation. Motion approved.
Due to urgency of this matter and continue approval of this activity, subject proper coordination, I move to pass this for second and final reading, Madam Chair, waiving the internal rules.
Honorable Romero is passing this on the second and final reading. This resolution approving the conduct of the Credit Management Seminar Workshop with Kinoma Norte Agrarian Reform Community Farmers Association on 25 of August 2023 for the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in OZAMIZ City. Move for its approval on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment? Remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Apo in session number 22, a resolution approving the conduct of the training on Barangay Agrarian Reform Council, back officers of Barangay GIILA, Kinoma Norte and Trigos on August 29, 2020 by the Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in San City, and I yield to the wisdom of the Committee on Barangay Affairs, Honorable Dr. to endorse coming action on this item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable John Doctor, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Thank you, Majority Floor Leader. Regarding the request of our Honorable Mayor to pass a resolution approving the conduct of the training of Barangay Agrarian Reform Council, BARC, officers of Barangay GIILA, Kinoma Norte and Trigos on 29 August 2023 by the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Office in OZAMIZ City. I move for its approval, Honorable Chair, for first reading with reservations.
Move for its approval with reservation on the first reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Since it is an urgent request and it's properly to be implemented, and this important activity also, Honorable Chair, so therefore I move for its approval on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules on joint motion, Honorable Chair.
Move by Honorable John Doctor to pass this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. This resolution approving the conduct of the training on Barangay Agrarian Reform Council, officers of Barangay GIILA, Kinoma Norte, and Trigos on August 29, 2023 by the Department of Agrarian Reform Provincial Council Office in OZAMIZ City. Move for its approval on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment? Remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Apo in session number 23, a resolution approving the conduct of the taxpayers' compliance verification drive on 23, 24, and 30, 31 August 2023 by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, District 100, San City. I now yield, Honorable Chair, to Chairman of the Committee on Ways and Means, Honorable Daniel Lau, to endorse and commit action on this item, Honorable Chair.
The Honorable Daniel Lau is hereby recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. A joint motion approving a resolution for the conduct of the taxpayer compliance verification drive on the 23rd, 24th, 23, 24, 30, and 31 of August 2023 by the Bureau of Internal Revenue District 100 in OZAMIZ City. Concerning the urgency and the importance of this resolution, Madam Chair, I move to pass this on first reading with reservation, Madam Chair.
Presented by Honorable Allow to pass this on the first reading with reservations as being manifested.
Considering, Madam Chair, that the seminar, the approval and the conduct of this taxpayer compliance verification drive is just around the corner, I move to pass this resolution for the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. A joint motion, Madam Chair.
Due to the urgency of this request, Honorable Allow is passing this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. About session number 24, resolution approving the conduct of meeting with OZAMIZ Occidental Federated Fisher Folk Association on 18 August 2023 by the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, OZAMIZ City, in OZAMIZ City, Honorable Chair. And I will to, in the absence of the chairman of the Committee on Fisheries, I will to an active member of the committee, Honorable Lori Ponticipris, to introduce and recommend action on this item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Cipres, you are now recognized by the chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer and Majority Floor Leader. I would like to pass a resolution approving the conduct of a meeting with OZAMIZ Occidental Federated Fisher Folks Association on 18 August 2023 by the Bureau of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources, OZAMIZ in OZAMIZ City. For first reading, Madam Chair.
For first reading with reservations. Motion approved.
Whereas the City Mayor has approved the conduct of the same subject to submission of the post-activity report and compliance with other condition and instruction of the LGU. With this, Madam Chair, I would like to pass on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules, Madam Chair.
Move by the Honorable Cipres to pass this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules as being presented. Any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Upon session number 25, a resolution of requesting a change of the account name under the account number 0554-835-8 from OZAMIZ City LGO, OZAMIZ City Technical and Vocational School of TAPS to OZAMIZ City LGO, OZAMIZ City Institute of Technology, OSIT, maintained at Development Bank of the Philippines, Science Branch, an account name under the account number 0812-1069-45 from OZAMIZ City LGO special account for the operation of OZAMIZ City Technical and Vocational School of TAPS to OZAMIZ City LGO special account for the operation of OZAMIZ City Institute of Technology, OSIT, maintained at Land Bank of the Philippines, Science Branch, Babito of City Ordinance number 117-19. Honorable Sir, I move the motion for approval of this resolution on the first reading with reservations, Honorable Chair.
Pass that on the first reading with reservations. Motion approved.
Due to urgent demand of public interest to change our account name to fit the exact name of the account at the Development Bank of the Philippines, DBP, Science Branch, as well as the Land Bank of the Philippines, Science Branch, I move that motion for approval of this resolution on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules, Honorable Chair.
Due to the urgency of this request, the Honorable Majority Floor Leader is passing this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Appropriation number 26, a resolution of authorizing the local chief executive, Honorable Henry Pamela Jr., to enter into and sign on behalf of society the deed of conditional donation with the beneficiaries of Balaobang Urban Poor Housing Village, Bases 1 and 2, for the turnover of the housing units at Malabang Urban Poor Housing Village, Barangay Malabang, Ozamis City. I now to the wisdom of the Chairman of the Committee on Housing and Settlement, Honorable Dingisiso, to recommend action on this particular item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Suiso, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. I would like to pass a resolution authorizing the local chief executive, the Honorable Henry F. Owaminol Jr., to enter into and sign on behalf of OZAMIZ City the Deed of Conditional Donation, DCD, with the beneficiaries of Malaobang Urban Poor Housing Village, batches 1 and 2, for the turnover of the housing units at Malaobang Urban Poor Housing Village, Barangay Malaobang, Ozamis City, on first reading with reservation.
Move for first reading with reservations. Motion approved.
Whereas we should be consistent with the provisions of the 1987 Constitution and the Local Government Code, it is but lifting to award the housing units in Malaobang Urban Poor Housing Village to its intended beneficiaries through a deed of conditional donation as provided in the Section 12 of the ordinance. Move this on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules on joint motion.
Due to the urgency of this request for the Honorable City Mayor, this resolution is being manifested by Honorable Suiso to pass this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Proposition number 27. A resolution authorizing Attorney Riyame Isabala of ASENSO City Legal to negotiate and agree into compromise for an amount not exceeding that determined by the City Mayor with the Bureau of Internal Revenue on behalf of the local government of Ozamis City in relation to the Court of Appeals case number 10828 entitled Ozamis City as presented by Mayor Sancho Fernando F. Waminal versus Commissioner of Internal Revenue. I now yield to the wisdom of Chairman of the Committee on Laws and Committee on Amendments, Honorable Attorney Daniel Lau, to introduce an explanation on this item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Daniel Lau, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Joint motion approving a resolution authorizing Attorney Rhea May A. Sibala, Officer in Charge, City Legal, to negotiate and agree into a compromise for an amount not exceeding that determined by the City Mayor with the Bureau of Internal Revenue for and on behalf of the local government of Ozamis City in relation to the Court of Tax Appeals, case number 10828, entitled Ozamis City, as represented by Mayor Sancho Fernando F. Waminal versus Commissioner of Internal Revenue. I move to pass this for first reading with reservation, Madam Chair.
Move for its resolution for first reading with reservation. Motion approved.
Considering, Madam Chair, the importance of this compromise agreement by the LGU with the Bureau of Internal Revenue, I move to pass this resolution for the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules, Madam Chair. Joint resolution.
Move for the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. This resolution authorizing Attorney Rhea May Sibala, the officer in charge of City Legal, to negotiate and agree into a compromise for an amount not exceeding that determined by the City Mayor with the Bureau of Internal Revenue for and on behalf of the local government of Ozamis City in relation to the Court of Tax Appeals, case number 10828, entitled Ozamis City as represented by Mayor Sancho Fernando F. Waminal versus the Commissioner of Internal Revenue. Moved by Honorable Lau to pass this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Proposition number 28. A resolution authorizing the local executive to authorize the construction of temporary school building at Tabid Elementary School, located at Barangay Tabid, San City, and perform any acts for the implementation of the project funded from construction of school buildings and other facilities of the Special Education Fund. Honorable Sir, I to the chairman of the Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure, Honorable Salo Salvador, to introduce an action on this item, Honorable Sir.
Honorable Saulo Salvador, you are now recognized for the chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Mr. Majority Floor Leader. I move to pass a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to authorize the construction of temporary school buildings at Tabid Elementary School located at Barangay Tabid, OZAMIZ City, and perform any and all acts for the implementation of the project funded from the construction of school buildings and other facilities of the Special Education Fund. For first reading with reservation, Madam Chair.
Move for its approval on the first reading with reservations. Motion approved.
For the interest of public service, Madam Chair, I would like to pass this resolution on second and final reading. A resolution authorizing the local chief executive to authorize the construction of temporary school building at Tabid Elementary School located at Barangay Tabid, OZAMIZ City, and perform any and all acts for the implementation of the project funded from the construction of school buildings and other facilities of the Special Education Fund for the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules, Madam Chair.
Moved by Honorable Salvador to pass this on the second and final reading. As being manifested, this resolution authorizing the local chief executive move for its approval on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Sir. Appropriation number 29. A resolution authorizing the local chief executive to grant financial assistance to the second batch beneficiaries of the Malabang housing project of the local government unit of San City. Honorable Sir, I yield to the chairman again of the Committee on Housing and Settlement, Honorable Dinquisicio, to recommend action on this item, Honorable Sir.
Honorable Suizo, you are now recognized for the chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to pass a resolution authorizing the local chief executive to grant financial assistance to the second batch beneficiaries of the Malaobang Housing Project of the local government unit of OZAMIZ City on first reading with reservation.
On first reading, reservations. Motion approved.
Whereas, Madam Chair, this financial assistance will help the Urban Poor Homeowners Association as they will start their new journey at the Malaobang housing of the LGU. The city will give financial assistance to be sourced from any available appropriations under the office of the city mayor. Pass this on second and final reading, waiving the internal rules on joint motion.
Moved by the Honorable Suizo to pass this on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules as being manifested. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Appropriation number 30. A resolution approving the conduct of Kamustahan with chief hospitals and medical directors of private healthcare facilities in Summits Occidental on 22 August 2023 by the DEPED Regional Office 10 in Summit City. And I yield to wisdom of the committee, chairman of the Committee on Health and Committee on Hospitals, Honorable Catherine C. Lim, to introduce action on this particular item, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Lim, you are now recognized by the chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to pass a resolution approving the conduct of Kumustahan with the Chief of Hospital and Medical Directors of Private Healthcare Facilities in Misamis Occidental on 22 August 2023 by PhilHealth Regional Office 10 in OZAMIZ City for first reading with reservation.
For first reading, reservation, motion approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Due to its urgency, I would like to pass this for second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Due to the urgency of the request, Honorable Lim is passing this resolution on the second and final reading, waiving the internal rules. Is there any comment, remarks? Hearing none, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The last but not the least, appropriation number 31. a resolution approving the conduct of the blood typing and blood dating activity in Barangay Laman, Bayadero, Maningkol, Mulikay, and Barangay Bangagakay on 17, 18, 19, 21, and 22 August 2023 by the Philippine Red Cross San City, San Chapter in San City, Honorable Sir. I again need to wisdom of the Chairman of the Committee on Health and Sanitation, Honorable Catherine C. Lim, to endorse and recommend action on this item, Honorable Sir.
Honorable Lim, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to pass a resolution approving the conduct of the bloodletting and bloodletting activity in Barangay Laman, Bañadero, Maningkol, Mulikay, and Bagakay on 17, 18, 19, 21, and 22 August 2023 by the Philippine Red Cross OZAMIZ chapter in OZAMIZ City for first reading with reservation.
For first reading with reservations, motion approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Due to its urgency, I would like to pass this for second and final reading, waiving the internal rules.
Passing this on the second and final reading as being manifested with the Honorable Lim, this resolution approving the conduct of Kumustahan, motion approved on the second and final reading.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. There are no pending items on my table. Under item number 10, basis for third reading, Honorable Chair, we proceed to item number 11. As junction, we have the privilege and pleasure to hear on official matters from Honorable Dingisiso, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Suiso, you are now recognized by the Chair for the appropriate motion.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair. This is in relation to the local legislative awards, which is a DLLG memorandum order signed by the Benjamin Abalos, the Secretary of the DALG. And this is a provincial awards committee of the local legislative awards, which will be headed by the different departments, including the Philippine Councilors League. The committee will be having a on-site evaluation on 17 local government units of Misamis Occidental, and this representation has been chosen to become the member of the committee for the on-site evaluation on First District. And the following schedule, tomorrow, August 16, I will be part of the evaluation team for Concepcion. On August 17 for Sapangdalaga, on August 18, Baliangao and Calamba, on September 5 at Panaon, and September 8 at Aloran. I was still waiting for the approval from the Office of the Mayor, Madam Chair, for my travel authority and my confirmation to be part of the on-site evaluation team. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you for your information, Honorable Suiso. Noted by the Chair. Congratulations for being part of the team.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. At this juncture, may we have the privilege and pleasure to hear on ABC matters from Honorable John Doctor, Honorable Chair.
For ABC matters, Honorable John Doctor, you are now recognized.
None for this time, Honorable Chair, for ABC matters.
Noted.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Before I proceed to the ultimate number of our regular session, may I have the privilege to hear on matters from my colleagues on relevant material information, Honorable Chair, any announcement from the Chair or the other members of this August body, Honorable Chair. I guess there is none, so I now move on that motion to adjourn the regular session, Honorable Chair.
Session is adjourned. It's 4 minutes.
One TV special report.